write it on Classroom. And make sure you know how to sign them.
On that same one, the one that says like.
Yeah, so instead of, bless you. I know it says what 3 sentences were signed today, but instead of that, just do the translation there. Bless you. No Sarah today? No Michaela today? What? Where is she? No, nowhere? Okay. Is Cam late because he's getting you coffee, Gavin? Okay. I always laugh when like I'm sitting somewhere and it's a meeting or it was like a college class and somebody walks in 10 minutes late with a Starbucks. Like, yeah, I mean I am not a huge fan of Starbucks. No, I like Tim Hortons coffee or I just brew my own. Yeah, it is. It's too expensive for what it is. And they closed all of my Tivanas, so boycott. Yeah. It's much cheaper and it tastes much better.
What are you talking about?
Coffee.
Treasure. How do you do like last month and next month? Okay. So is it this first or this
Last month or next month. Bless you. Do we need a few more minutes?
I need to do that.
Okay.
You need to sneeze? I need to sneeze. It keeps coming and it goes.
Punch her in the nose.
I've been putting a flashlight up to my face.
Maybe look at the light, you sneeze.
I sneeze like a lot. Our entire softball team's like 6, so when we're all in there.
That's
it's like-
disgusting.
All right. Are we done? No. Okay.
You are laughs.
I know.
Sneeze. Oh. Sneeze like not that long ago, man.
Oh, okay.
Played Call of Duty yesterday.
I'm so good at it.
I'm very bad at it.
All right.
So good.
Okay, we are gonna sign these together. Ready? Phones down, hands up. Next week, Thursday, my mom and I are going shopping at 9 a.m.
No. No.
I can only teach you this sign if you promise to sign it as a WH question word and only use it at the end of a sentence or a rhetorical question. Do you think you promise? Because a lot of people say, like, when I was 10, I went to school, or whatever. Like, they put it in English format. So when, you have to remember it's a WH word, it can only be at the end of a sentence. Yeah. Usually I don't even teach, I don't teach that sign formally until ASL 2 because there's 5 different when clause structures to learn.
I think I used it like that in my
Got it.
Yay!
That's good. Okay, ready? So next week, then what do I have to sign?
Thursday.
In the morning. 9 o'clock, Jordan, you should be signing with us. Me, my mom, the 2 of us. Last month, I went to school every day. What did we start with?
last month.
Last month. Every day. School, I go. Perfect. All right, in 2 weeks on Friday, my mom and I are going to paint around 7 p.m. So 2 weeks. Friday. Evening, yep, or night. 7. Me. My mom. 2 of us. 8. Alright, so remember yesterday I told you your test is this Friday, so we are going to review our vocab. We're going to talk a little bit about something that's important culturally, and then we're going to do a dialogue, and then we're going to do mini presentations. By mini presentations, I mean super, super mini. Like I'm going to give you 5 minutes to prepare, and then we're going to go. Okay? Yes, today. No, you'll be good. Okay, are you ready?
You said.
Score. Today. Tomorrow. Yesterday. Every day. 2 days. 3 days. 1 month. 1 week. 6 days. Every week. 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Year. Next year. Last year. Morning. After. Weekend. Well, noon. Midnight. Fishing. Hunting. Watch TV. Sit.
Clean.
Dance. Sleep.
Work. Homework.
What was what?
Act.
Okay.
Boy Scouts. Girl Scouts. Babysitters.
I skipped a whole thing. There we go.
Expression. Paint.
Shop.
Study. Party.
Go out.
Party.
Party.
Hang out. Read. Breakfast.
All right, these are the ones from yesterday. I'm going to show these and sign them.
Oh. Well, I read those lunch dates.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We're going to do this little cultural thing and then we'll do the dialogue. All right, I'm just going to read this little excerpt from A Journey into the Deaf World. So, this book is full of various accounts. So, a lot of deaf people talk about their schooling experience or their experience with hearing families, growing up deaf, what have you. So, all sorts of things. So, we're going to focus in right now on... oh my gosh, you're not going to be able to read this with me, but that's okay. I'll do my best. Let me know if you can't see the words that I'm reading. I'll try to scroll up as I go. So we're going to talk about social organizations. As I read this, I want you to think about making plans and what might be the difference between making plans with your friends as a hearing community and the deaf community making plans with their friends. Okay, and just think about it as I read. Okay. Despite the importance of schools and athletics, undoubtedly the strongest organizational bonding in the deaf world has come from Deaf Club. A hearing ethnographer. What is an ethnographer? Zach.
Someone who studies ethics.
Yeah, well, that's somebody who studies something or writes something, and yeah, ethnics, yeah, so cultures. Somebody who studies and writes about cultures. So a hearing ethnographer studying what? Oh, thank you, sir. Okay. Studying a Philadelphia Deaf Club recounts how, as she was leaving the club one evening, one of its older members rose to show her to the door. The member said, "Look at me," and I act as if this were my home. But this is like my home. You know, for deaf people, the Deaf Club is like a second home. Hearing people don't have anything like that. A deaf man opposed to marriage with a hearing woman significantly uses the Deaf Club to convey his cultural antipathy. What is antipathy? Antipathy. What is that? Anybody? Zach.
Is it or they're oppositions is something?
To mixed marriages. If I married a hearing wife, what would happen to her? Would she visit the Deaf Club? Hearing people go to the hearing club. They go to the clubs and dance. Am I going to be able to interact with hearing? No way. They don't know me. So I'd be just sitting in the back doing nothing. I'd say, I don't want to go to a hearing club. And my wife would say, I don't want to go to the Deaf Club. We'd become opposites. Opposite cultures and opposite lives. Most major cities have deaf clubs, and some have several. For deaf children of deaf parents, like Jake, and hearing children of deaf parents too, socializing at the deaf clubs starts very early. For a time, the club complements a acculturation taking place at the school for the deaf. One theory has it that the snack bar at the residential school is a training ground for club managers. In managing the snack bar, the deaf high school student learns how to assure cooperation among the student staff, keep inventory, plan ahead for supplies, keep accounts, and so forth. Skills that serve the students well in later years as a leader of a deaf club. When school days are over, the club is traditionally the key place for further acculturation and socialization. What is acculturation? Anybody? Can anybody tell me what acculturation is or what you think it means? Use your context clues. What? Right here. So when school days are over, the club is traditionally the key place for further acculturation and socializing.
It's where people from different cultures socialize.
So culturalization can't be a place because Asian is something that is done to you, like like socialization. I have to go somewhere and learn how to socialize. Jessica? So I think you're definitely on the right track. So acculturation might mean, in this case, learning how to be in the deaf community. Like, you guys don't even know it, but coming to school every single day is acculturation for your group of friends. You learn how to talk to your group of friends. You learn how to behave around your friends. That's acculturation. When you come to school, you learn how to be part of the community. So same thing with deaf clubs. All right. Older members teach younger ones, explicitly or indirectly. What's explicitly? Intentionally. Yeah, face-to-face, intentionally. Like, they're me. I'm explicitly teaching you about deaf culture right now. Or indirectly. About deaf values, customs, and knowledge, ASL, deaf stories and jokes, and deaf history. For example, an account of how we founded the club can be a lesson not only in deaf history, but in ASL, in narrative, and in the values worth striving for as well. In the deaf clubs, members seek information about the world, the community, employment, friends. They seek relaxation and easy conversation, participation in sports and leisure activities, and entertainment. There are dances, raffles, banquets, costume parties, beauty contests, lectures, gambling nights. When hearing people are particularly welcome. See, that's actually really funny because deaf people are traditionally known as poor tippers. Just because they have to spend money on so many other things in their lives, like doorbells and other weird things that hearing people don't have to worry about. So hearing people are particularly welcome to gambling night because they spend more money. That's funny. Okay, anyways. Anniversary celebrations. There used to be caption films as well before the advent of caption television programs. And of course, deaf people find at their clubs all the activities that keep any club vital. Elections, celebrations, business meetings, and distributions of awards, recognizing service to the club and community. So really quickly, caption. So there used to be caption film events. So deaf people would go to their clubs and watch a movie or watch TV because there was only one, like, they used to have to buy this huge machine to put the closed captions on there, and they were expensive. So the deaf people would have to go. And then once it was legally mandated that every TV had to have them, that kind of stopped. Okay, old picture. Reportedly, membership in deaf clubs has been dwindling. I'm going to go further and say, because this book is kind of old, that deaf clubs are kind of obsolete, especially among young people. Why do you guys think that is? Take a guess. You should care. Tyler.
Never mind. I'm just.
No, it's okay. Take a stab at it.
Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's easier to socialize with like hearing people because of technology and stuff, like more modern technology and stuff like that.
Yes. You have something to add, Zach?
I would say like I know like someone you talked about was like hearing aids and special education. Their parents are often like really by deaf community because it like kind of takes away from doing part of the community.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like the whole like nowadays it's like a lot easier for at least I think like easier for like to assimilate someone into like modern society that's not capable of hearing.
yeah, definitely. Both of you hit the nail on the head. Technology. I mean, how cochlear implants, hearing aids, it's much easier for a deaf person to just hop into the hearing world because of technology. But also, a deaf person can get on FaceTime and sign with their friends. They don't have to go meet somewhere anymore because of technology. So both of you, good. Young people, who are the next generation of deaf leaders? There seems to be no hard data, but if the reports are accurate, the deaf world has reason for concern, and its members are searching for cause and remedies. One frequently cited cause is that mainstreaming of deaf children. Do you guys know what mainstreaming is? What? No. Drop your attitude and help me out. What is mainstream? Is that Emma? Emma. You are always giving me attitude. Drop the tone in your voice. Okay, what is mainstreaming? Emma, if you know, help me out and tell us what mainstreaming is. Like Donald Trump. He is everywhere. Can anybody tell me? Oh, Sydney, what's mainstreaming? Yeah, so hearing community, more detailed, like school, thinking schools. Yeah. Yep, exactly. So basically putting a deaf kid in a hearing school. Mainstreaming of deaf children in local schools. Look at that. Sydney's using her context clues, or she just knew it. Delays deaf children's acquisition of ASL and deaf culture. Another reason given is the growing practice of captioning television programs, which makes some entertainment available to deaf people right in their own home. Others contend that membership may be off in the older urban deaf clubs, but has grown over the years in the suburban clubs. Okay. So we know that deaf culture is kind of like taken a decline because of technology. What I want to point out to you in this dialogue that we're going to do is that every time you say you can't, you need to tell somebody why. So deaf clubs, they would go and, like, let's say it was a film. Deaf people would show up 2 hours before the film and chat, and then they'd stay 2 hours after the film and chat. Because why? Why do you think they wanted to be together for so long? What, Lamar? Yeah, exactly. It was really extremely important for them to be together as long as they possibly could because they didn't get to interact with each other on a daily basis like you guys do with your friends. So, giving as much information as possible is like the heart of deaf culture. So, if you guys take a college class and your professor is deaf and you show up late, your professor is going to want to know why you're late, where you've been, what happened your entire morning, like what the heck is going on, okay? It's the heart of deaf culture. So, with that in mind, I want you to give as much detail in this dialogue as possible. Here we go. So next week, Saturday afternoon, the two of us, activity. You pick an activity. So let's sign this. Next week, Saturday afternoon, the two of us, basketball, play. Pick anything. Okay, so next week, Saturday, sorry, can't. Next week, Saturday, sorry, can't. You have to give a reason. So if I'm talking to a deaf person, I'm gonna be like, in the morning, my sister's coming over, and the two of us are gonna sit and chat all day. In the afternoon, I'm gonna go out and shop, blah blah blah. I'm gonna like go through my entire day. Maybe next week Sunday evening. Maybe next week Sunday evening. Again, next week Sunday evening. Sorry, can't. Give me a good long reason. Maybe next week Friday afternoon, and then next week Friday afternoon times 3. Okay. Charlie.
Isn't the day of the week supposed to be in front of the Sunday?
Next week Sunday evening.
No, like you
Next-
say like next week Sunday evening. Shouldn't it be evening Sunday next week?
No, it's biggest to smallest. So it goes it's biggest to smallest. So weekday part of the day. Yeah. All right. Dialogue with 3 people. Go. Be as detailed as possible.
Can I go blow my nose?
I don't want to do it.
That's okay. You can step out.
I got all my sentences.
Max.
Yeah, when you're in Williams spot.
Yeah.
I'll be A.
It's Saturday.
I said Saturday. Starting next week. To golf.
Alright, next week. Saturday.
How do you say it?
It's just Saturday, isn't it?
Just go. Shut up. Just go.
Saturday. Sorry. Yeah, can't. Maybe, but I wasn't. Well, I mean, I guess next week, Sunday.
Next week. Sunday.
Now explain why.
What is that?
Volleyball.
I practice
So,
it.
volleyball.
That's why I didn't even understand. Yeah, I can't play volleyball.
Maybe next week.
I feel bad. The settings doing weird and incorrect.
Alright, next week, Friday afternoon.
How was my news? Okay.
What?
What do you say?
Then?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What are you trying to do?
Like, this is the next
You can do then. You can finish all then, or you can say finish. So like in the morning, me, my family, church, go, finish, go out to eat. Yeah. Or then is fine too.
I didn't even notice that hours.
What's your shall I be?
Oh, wait, got it. It's hard to
All right, did we have this dialogue with 3 people? No, not yet, because you guys are being so detailed, it's taking you so long. Yay! That makes me happy.
Shark.
Oh, are we done then?
so sick of
If you've done it with 3 people.
That hurt me personally. It's funny.
Gonna fix it. You know, bunch of random stuff.
I can't. Thank you.
Okay. So, let's. Do you guys need to go over the vocab again that we did yesterday? We good. Good?
I do like how like
What?
I do like how offensively blunt it is. How can translate you? I'd be like, I don't like you.
Okay. Ready? Ready for this?
I'm just kidding.
Church. I hate church. Like, I have to go to church, but like, I choose to. When are we doing the presentation? I'm doing it away. I'm just gonna do the windows. Yeah, I'm used to it by now. I've typed a full essay on this. My doctor's working on my
What? Oh, thought. Or mind. Do you do mind function or mind process?
Thank you.
Mind process probably looks better in the song.
Completely forget.
Alright. Questions?
Not understanding the Okay. I don't know.
We'll try to if you can.
I don't know. I didn't get you.
Okay, so right now you are writing one sentence. It must include a week, so next week, last week, whatever. It must include a day, part of the day, a specific time, people, so like my mom, me, the 2 of us, or my friend, me, the 2 of us, or whatever, or my class, we, and then activity or sport. Or you could do like your whole day. So you could do next week, Friday morning, work, me, go, afternoon, workout, then night, me, study. So you could do all 3. So you're just writing one sentence I would suggest writing it in ASL format because you're going to be signing it for the class.
Would it go basketball game? Me and my friend go to, or would it be me and my friend go to a basketball?
So you can do either one because they're both topics technically.
Yeah.
So I tend to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Writing one sentence. I'm just gonna. Like next week, Friday, like a topic, sport, and then the first.
I was like, Friday at 8, this Friday you have to do.
Write a sentence that has to include activity. Right.
It's Friday, yeah. Whatever good Fridays.
No.
My birthday is the day before.
Right in this class. No, like I'll just be like,
Wait, is
people.
gym and workout the same thing?
Oh my god.
So do you have one activity?
Uh-huh. Or you can do your whole day, like morning this, afternoon this, night this. Hmm?
Like, yeah.
Do you want it written in English or ASL?
Doesn't matter how you write it as long as you sign it.
That smells really good. Days.
Okay. Now, to spare you some writing, do a quick little calendar on your paper. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be, don't be a perfectionist. It's just to spare you some writing, okay? So that you're not writing next week, Thursday, afternoon, okay? So do a quick little calendar.
Okay, wait. Calendar.
Yeah. Draw a quick little calendar.
A whole month?
Yeah, do the whole month.
Crap. Ripped your piece of paper. You're fine.
Stressing me out.
Don't be a perfectionist.
I'm not. It's not about that.
Jenna's doing it quickly, and she's the biggest perfectionist I've ever met. So
No, that's not what I'm stressed out about.
you're just stressed out about doing this.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot Sunday. Just started. My God. I know, Sunday.
When does the first start? Is it on the Thursday? Is it Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
I forgot something like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, you may. Sure. All right, are we all done doodling our calendars? Do you have a
How
calendar?
many days are in March?
31.
Probably gonna make us write down everyone's presentation.
All right, are we good? Okay. So you're gonna have a lot of information on your calendar. If you have conflicting times, that's fine. Put it on your calendar.
Wait, are we writing everyone?
Yes, you are writing everyone's mini presentation down. That's why I had you doodle the calendar, so it saves you a little bit of writing.
I need more room.
I was
Yes,
not
you may.
expecting you to do that.
All right, Ellery is going. Yep.
We'll make it over. What's the date today?
Today is the 13th.
From today or 2 weeks from the beginning of?
Nope, we'll do today. From today. Sam, you can. Okay, that's fine. No, you can get up here.